Howdy everybody, Frankie Day, back again on YouTube. Okay guys, today's YouTube is going to have kind of like a little bit of a waffle and a couple things I got at the hobby shop today. I got back from the hobby shop to take a break from my mosquito a little bit. And one thing good about this hobby shop I go to, fellas, Russ down at Don's hobby shop down there, he has a lot of kits down there that's been laying around dormant since the 1960s and even the late 1950s too, and actually he's got them stashed down in the basement. The former owner, they used to own this hobby shop, which is called Smitty's Hobby Shop. The man, he passed on due to old age, and he left a very rewarding, handsome stash of kits, vintage kits that hasn't been seen on model shelves for the past 50 years or a little less. And I'm getting pretty good access to a lot of the old stash models that the man incorporated. So starting with these, I got 3 kits I got out of his stash, and plus one that I bought that's currently released and still going strong today by Airfix. Okay guys, right now we're gonna, before we get the waffle going, I'm gonna get these kits out of the way. I went and bought 4 kits today. And starting out with these here, these are called bagged kits. These bagged kits are either produced by Airfix or Novo. And there are some frog kits out there as well that are also baggies. Now I got 3 of these kits here, guys. These kind of stuck my appeal towards English aircraft. They're all English, and I haven't seen these models. Oh, good gravy! Better than 50 years since last I've seen these before. And these are frog kits under the reboxing name of Novo, N-O-V-O. I believe they come from the USSR, the Soviet Union. And somehow the Soviet Union obtained the molds from frog, and they produced the kits. And I guess the kits didn't go out too well because they're 1960 vintage kits, and with newer and better kits that are out there, renders these kits obsolete. So okay fellas, we're going to start out with them. I got 3 of these Nova kits right here. This is the Perry, I think this is the Barracuda, all 1/72 scale. These are bagged, these are decals. These kits are in mint condition, folks. And I paid $15 to $16 a piece for these things. And normally they sell a lot more than that if they went to a collector's vendor, especially when you go to model meets and regattas and such. I haven't opened up the baggie yet because I'm afraid to open up the baggie, I may lose the parts. Those are the beginning of the instructions. So, incidentally, folks, just to correct the record here, fellas, these are nothing more than just frog kits under the name of Airlines, which came in the little fold-up boxes. And I remember seeing a lot of these at there's a little department store I used to go to. My brother Gary and I used to go to a department store years ago when we were very, very young and tender as little schoolboys, and we used to go there and buy a lot of these kits, you know, and that were out there by Frog. They were kits that were released back in the 1940s and early 1950s. And so I bought a few back in the 1940s that were frog kits, and they were actually, they came in really small boxes, really hard cardboard boxes. And they were slightly a little expensive because they came from the United Kingdom. Back in those days, anything came across the pond, you paid a lot of money because a lot of it was sold by weight. And so there's a lot of old nostalgia in these old kits here. That's the reason why I bought 3 of these for. Okay, going on with the second kit, folks. All 1/72 scale. I believe this is the Skula, the Blackburn Skula. I've never built one of these before, but these were old airline kits, folks. If you get rid of that Novo and stick this in a box, you'll notice that it's an airlines kit under the relicensing of Novo, which they're no longer in production anymore. Okay, another thing too, fellas, the instructions, I don't know, I haven't reviewed the instructions of his color call-outs for the parts, but incidentally right here, on the back of it, this color chart tells you the color this aircraft is going to be painted in. Like that of the Perry Barracuda, it's going to be sky undersurfaces along with dark earth or dark slate gray or or dark green. And the paint schedule tells you the paint color. That's the paint schedule that's noted on here as painted by plane. But the instructions probably have the correct color schedule as numbered. Probably the Humber range or Pactra. I remember back in the days, back in the 1960s and also late 1950s, the best paints that are available outside. So testers, they didn't have, back in those days, fellas, testers didn't have a very variety range of military colors. You had a mixture. You know, they all came in primary colors, and they were handsome gifts too. You know, for hey, back in those days, for 98 cents, you got a paintbrush and a big old huge selection of either Pactra paint or it was Revell paint. And even today, they're still out there. But back in those days, they didn't offer nothing in the military color range until Pactra came out. They used to have 10 cents for these little models that come out. And believe you me, that was the best military flats. I think they're very accurate colors compared to what's out there today. So accuracy is very important, especially to models. Okay, guys, going lastly to the last Novo Frog kit. This is the Percival Proctor. This is a utility trainer. I'm pretty familiar with this aircraft here. This is used back in 1942, back in the early 1940s. I believe that these were stricken from the Royal Air Force probably as late as 1944. But these are known as a trainer aircraft. And here's the kit's parts. This thing is exceptionally a very small model. Indeed, it is. And so you got to have a good eye to start building small things. And this is the back of it again. Got the decals and the parts, and you can make out the fuselage right here. And it's very small. The fuselage looks like it's probably not more than 5 inches long. I surmise the wingspan is anywhere from 6 to 7, probably perhaps less. But this is a very handsome kit. So on the back here again, fellas, there's a color schedule that's on there. Like that of the Ferry Barracuda. It looks like it's yellow underneath there. Indent yellow. And also it's dark green over dark earth. That was the color schedule for the Percival Proctor. And the Percival Proctor is a very pretty looking airplane it is, folks. Very indeed it is. And I can imagine after hostilities over with in World War II, a lot of them that were laying around were probably went into the clutches of in the hands of collectors in mind. Okay, that concludes the 3 Novo Frog kits. And lastly, I bought this because I never built one of these before. And of all the models I have built by Airfix and others, one would think, how come you never built one of these? Well, number 2, I never knew that Airfix never produced this kit. This is the duck, the Grumman duck. A very beautiful airplane it is. Now, it was listed for $13. If that store discount is $10.99, with me being a good customer, a veteran that served my country, and that supported the hobby shop for many years on end, I got this airplane for at least $6 plus tax. Got a good deal on it, sweet deal. I love this new boxing this Airfix has, folks. They remind me of the frog boxes, the airline boxes. And this is a pretty good airplane, folks. It's a typical Airfix. The Grumman Duck was known as a utility aircraft. It was actually used as more or less as, like I said a while ago, utility aircraft. Observation, reconnaissance work. Very versatile aircraft that could be it can land either on land or at sea. And this is a very beautiful kit, guys. I was really astounded by the detail that this kit is, and by judging the parts of the plastic, this kit is looks like it's probably produced back in the mid-1970s. Looks like this is a 1970s kit. Okay, guys, right now again, the Airfix, like most kits, they have these in baggies right here, as you can tell. That's a duck, and it's a good kit, guys. A lot of loose parts in there, so that's why I never don't want to open up the baggie, because I'm afraid that I'll lose any parts. It hits the deck, the carpet monster gets a hold of it, I'll never see it again. So this is another model for the future build, and this model is heavy riveted. That's why I figured this was a 70s kit, because I can feel the rivets on there, so they can be sanded down by using plenty of water and 220 grit wet or dry sandpaper, preferred wet only. That'll relieve a lot of the rivets right there. Okay, the clear parts, I believe, are not in this baggie right here. No, that's empty, guys. The clear parts are there too. I didn't like that. You can see the clear parts right here. Wait a second, guys. Clear parts are encased inside of a baggie by itself. Thank you, Airfix. Okay, boys, I'll get here to the instructions and the decal. This aircraft right here, I opened up the box before I made this video right here. And the paint schedule of this aircraft is more or less for Alaska, because you get the high visibility red, and plus you got the natural doped aluminum that they use. Here's a choice of decals. I imagine with the cross anchors, there's probably French markings too as well. And so you got the star and bar for the United States, and the bottom decal sheet is changed to probably to France. And also, you can see very closely. You can take a look at the instrument panel decal itself, along with the other decals that go to it. Hamilton standard cuff logos on there go on the polished props. You got your propeller warning band over here. It goes right on top of the float. Decals are not too bad, guys. It seems like to me they very, very nice decals. Not too much on the thick side, just right. With Waffle's decal solution, it'll go down. It'll go down like a turd in the rain. Okay, guys, here's the instructions. Typical Airfix instructions you're greeted by. Tells you a little history of the Grumman Duck of the aircraft. 1/72 scale modern construction kit. The Grumman Duck, and color call outs, everything else, logos is on there on the first page. So when you open up the first page, it's all exploded views of the construction, as you can see, fellas. Starting out with the cockpit. Get a little closer so you can see. All exploded views. Actually, the steps, procedures, how many steps this aircraft there is there's approximately 4 steps. And there's a lot of parts too. So the conclusion of the parts are on this page right here. It's over here, this side here. This is your instruction sheet over here, fellas. That's the last of it. Now, what's really cool about these new Airfix instructions, they give you colored images of the aircraft paint schedule itself. Now, here's they give you 2 variants you can do the duck by. You can either yeah, here we go. I'm sorry, fellas. My apologies. I should have prepared myself better. Now, this is the version I'm going to be painting. Like on the box, it's all aluminum, doped aluminum, Savallari doped aluminum, with high visibility red on the top, outer wing panels, and under wing panels. Also, your vertical stabilizer has it too. Your float's all blue. The second variant is all the same again, all doped aluminum, with some kind of crimson blue on the tail surfaces, and also identification yellow, chrome yellow on top. So that ain't very colorful for the duck. I like this version here only. Of course, if I elected not to do this version either, the Grumman Duck was painted a lot of many colors. It was also painted doped aluminum with chrome yellow top wing surfaces. Also, your tail surfaces depends on the squadron color. Either it could be blue. The Coast Guard had red, blue, and white stripes on the tail lip in these areas. And of course, in the norm, it's all non-specular blue with gray in the bottom. The Grumman Duck entered service as early as 1939 as a utility aircraft. Since the F-3F series, the last of the Grumman biplanes, they became obsolete due to the monoplane. They still kept the Duck, but the Duck was a very versatile aircraft, so actually the Grumman Duck was used throughout the Second World War. And again, henceforth, that the Grumman Ducks became restricted for the Naval Registry or the Air Force or the Coast Guard. They became kind of hands of collectors, and a lot of them are used in air shows today. Even early movies, early sitcoms such as Baba Black Sheep and etc. etc. Okay, guys, that concludes the parts and everything to the Airfix 72 scale Grumman Duck, and those are my little 4 models I got today. And I'm going to add them to my stash, and they'll be used for future group builds coming up. Now it's waffle time. And on the waffle right here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have a video back to this. I'm going to have the next video on the Chris and Alex's mosquito bomber group dedication build. So far I got the undercarriage all completed. All that's left is the outer wing panel, so stay tuned after this video here. I'll have another video of my mosquito here with her undercarriage on her legs. Then after this tomorrow, I'll have the final reveal of Chris and Alex's dedication mosquito build. And I'd like to thank you again, Chris and Alex, for this beautiful card kit here. And it's well enjoyed. It's built right before your eyes, and it's no longer a magazine, it's a model. So anyway, folks, when I finish this up, I'm going to get started on Craig Huff's World War I group build, featuring my Seattle Bielia, and get that done, get that started, and have a video of that probably posted maybe tomorrow. And so right after this video, fellas, I'll go ahead and post an update on my mosquito, and go from there. Okay, folks, I got a lot of projects I got shaking up right now, and I got model ships calling on me and everything calling on me. I'm trying to get everything done, not get nothing done at all. So after I get the short sun really coming up, I'm starting to have second thoughts about getting that getting that going. So far, I started on the Ford's fuselage construction. And so I got to finish the aft part, get the whole fuselage in its entirety before I start adding the skins. So that'll be like an off and on project by itself. And so it's going to be it's a very complex model, it is, and it's going to take some time. So I don't want to spend all my time on one model, so I got others shaking up too. So I got that World War I group build I got myself. And I got to finish up Razzie 72s, 76s, excuse me, I apologize, Panzer Bucker's, Panzer Styrene's German bomber group build featuring my Junkers 88, 132nd scale by Revell. So hopefully next week, this week I'll have some results then, so I can conclude that group build, because I like to finish up these builds, you know. So that's the only build that's holding me up. Plus I got my personal build of my Cessna Bobcat, the Songbird. I hadn't forgot that yet. I got that shaking up. It's ready to be painted as I look at it. So right now I'll get the mosquito, get that out of the way, then I can go ahead and start on my World War I, on Craig Huff's World War I group build entry, and get that shaken up real good. And probably got some model ships I'll be working on. Got to get the Arizona going. So the Arizona, I probably have a couple of videos up later on this week on my USS Arizona. Before you know it, December 7th is going to be here, and it's going to still be in the box. So I'm falling behind schedule on that, so I got to get started on that. So I got a lot of projects, guys, to kind of get on here, and I'm going to be busy. Setting up good stuff. Anyway, the weather out here in Ohio has been really crazy. Here it is in August, and the weather out here is, it's never even made 90 degrees yet. We've been getting rain almost every day. I feel sorry for the poor fellows out there in the West Coast, out there in California, not getting no rain at all. My God, that place is going to be a desert terrain in no time if it keeps up like it is. Emergency situation. I hate to see it. Other than that, folks, that's about all shaking on the marble bench right now. So we get hot as mosquitoes so I get this video up coming up after this. Okay, guys, not much to waffle anymore about. I've got nothing more in my mind other than just show off these 4 kits I got today and give you guys a heads up what's shaking right now. So other than that, I'm out of here, and I'll catch you on the next video. So stay tuned for part 5 of Chris Alex's mosquito dedication build. And I'm going to start getting started on Craig Huff's World War I biplane group build. And let's set that aside and prepare a video for that. After that, I'm going to get started on the paint schedule on my Yonkers 88, get the finished product done on it. So I got a good 2 weeks of that thing that's done. So anyway, it's not going to go to waste. It's enclosed out of a box, just keep from harm's way. So I just take the box cover off and get right back on as if I was working on it already. Okay, guys, enough rambling right here. It's time for me to get out of here right now. And this is Frankie Day signing off. And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Please subscribe. May God bless. And we'll catch you next video, boys. You guys take care. Catch you later, fellas. Bye, then.